Hello, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus time travelers. Thank you for being here. This is your exclusive first quarter reading for 2026. As always, it is a collective general reading, so do keep that in mind. As the messages come through today, only take the ones that resonate with you. Leave the ones that don't. If it's not your message, it just means that it's someone else's. Be sure to check out your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. If you don't know what they are, in the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. With all of that said, let's begin. We're going to dive in and see what you can expect for January, February, as well as March. So tapping into the Virgo collective now for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What do they need to know for January, February, and March of 2026? January, February, March of 2026 for the Virgo collective. One more shuffle here. Thank you. January, we have the Ten of Wands, we have the Six of Swords, and we have the High Priestess. For February, you have the Six of Wands, you have the Knight of Swords, and you have the Three of Wands. And for March, you have the Three of Pentacles, you have the Four of Wands, and you have the Moon. The underlining energy is the Hierophant to the Ten of Swords, to the Seven of Pentacles, and that leaves a King of Wands to a Page of Cups, to a Page of Swords, Seven of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Okay. And let's clarify this now with the After Tarot deck for Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I apologize for coughing. I feel much better, but I just can't get rid of this cough for some reason. Okay, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements for January. We are clarifying Ten of Wands, Six of Swords, and the High Priestess. For February, we're clarifying Six of Wands, Knight of Swords, and Three of Wands. And for March, we're clarifying Three of Pentacles, Four of Wands, and the Moon. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Ten of Wands is clarified by the King of Wands. The Six of Swords is clarified by the Queen of Pentacles. The High Priestess is clarified by the Empress. The Six of Wands is clarified by the Five of Wands. The Knight of Swords is clarified by the Knight of Swords. The Three of Wands is clarified by the Ten of Swords. The Three of Pentacles is clarified by the King of Pentacles. The Four of Wands is clarified by the Fool. The Moon is clarified by the Queen of Swords. Sure have a lot of people or a lot of energies in your reading. At the bottom of the deck, you have Temperance, Six of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles. That leaves the Ace of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, King of Swords, King of Cups here at the bottom of the deck. Okay. January, your energy here, Ten of Wands to the King of Wands. You are trying to cope with, deal, or manage a situation, environment, or connection that has become increasingly difficult. Whatever this is, the responsibility is resting on your shoulders. I think in an effort to nurture yourself, the feeling here is that maybe you need to separate yourself from whomever or whatever this is. King of Wands to the Ten of Wands. This is what I'm talking about. Like I'm putting up or dealing with or involved in a situation, environment, or connection that's just, it's backbreaking. And this could be emotionally, financially, physically. It's just getting to be too much. And it's almost like, oh, I don't know if you heard that. It sounded like something outside fell, like a ladder falling or something like that. That was odd. The feeling here seems to be, I'm not sure if I want to continue investing in this. Maybe my pentacle resources, time, love, money, commitment, etc., would be better utilized in separating myself, Six of Swords, from whomever this situation, environment, or connection is. And with the Empress to the High Priestess, it's almost like you're really trying to go within and decide what is best for you. Do you want to continue nurturing this situation, environment, or connection? Do you want to just focus on yourself? You seem to be a little confused when it comes to making the decision. And so it looks like in the month of January, you're trying to really tap into your intuition in order to make the decision. I don't see a final decision of any kind made in January. So I think whomever or whatever this is, as backbreaking as it is for you, you are choosing to continually invest in it. I do think that there is an emotional separation happening between you and this person. Like if this is work, you're continuing to show up, but day by day your heart is no longer in it. And same thing if this is a connection with a friend, family member, or lover. You're still showing up, you're still investing to some degree, but day by day, emotionally, you're becoming disengaged from this person. Things seem to heat up now in the month of February. Whomever this individual is, there seems to be a lot of arguing with them. 6 of Wands to the 5 of Wands. I'm going to have to clarify this. I feel like one of you wants peace and the other one wants an argument. And then I have the Knight of Swords to the Knight of Swords. This is definitely clashing in both decks, the After Tarot deck and the deck that I use for you. In both decks, we can see the knights slaying their opponents. So there's definitely a feeling here of the two of you. And again, I don't know who this is. Your boss, your neighbor, your friend, your family member, your lover. You're going at it in the month of February. Again, I feel like one person wants peace. One person wants to argue. It looks like the argument is occurring. And with that argument comes the end to the connection. Be honest with you, I don't know if it's fully ending. I don't have the World card. Again, we're going to clarify, but 3 of Wands to the 10 of Swords is you feeling like it's over and almost relieved in a way that it's over, but I'm not quite sure it's officially over, to be quite honest with you. I think part of you in February is just relieved that the argument has stopped, that the arguing has come to an end, but I'm not sure it's the actual connection. 3 of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles. Remember, you were the 6 of Pentacles here, and you're like, I don't know if I want to continue investing or going to work every day, like if this is work related. In March, you're right back to investing in it. So you're deciding, yeah, I do. I'm going to take a chance on this again. I'm going to invest. This time I'm going to invest more than I did last time. Last time I only invested at the Queen of Pentacles level. Now I'm going to invest at the King of Pentacles level. So I will work overtime, even if it means I don't get paid. You know, I'm going to invest more into this person, more time, more love, more money. And so Fool to the 4 of Wands is like, in the name of my structure, my stability, maybe my family or my home life, I'm choosing to try this again. Moon to the Queen of Swords. It's a decision here that you're making to do this. Although by the time we're getting into April, I don't mean to laugh at you. I'm trying to suppress a cough. Again, we have another 10 of Swords moment. Hierophant to the 10 of Swords to the 7 of Pentacles. This is residual. This keeps continuing. So I don't know who this person is for you, but there's this constant, I don't know if I want to invest. Oh, okay, I will invest. Oh God, now there's this big argument. Okay, well, I'm relieved that the fighting has stopped. I'm going to now take a chance to invest again. There's that King of Wands again. There you are, Page of Cups. It's like an apology or something. And then it's like you offer them an apology. You start to invest more. And then there's more, I feel like another argument about some type of 7 of Swords behavior. Something is found out or something is communicated to you. And it looks like we're right back to fighting after that. So in the After Tarot deck, we have the Ace of Pentacles to the 3 of Pentacles. Again, the feeling is like you're choosing now to invest in this person again. King of Swords, King of Cups, the Sun. I think you're hoping for the best. But there's a fight again. I mean, this is a big clash. For some of you, this could be like within a group setting. So again, I don't know who this person or these people are to you, but the feeling here is like you don't know if you want to invest, but then you decide to, and then there's a big fight, and then you're glad it's over, but then you're choosing to invest again. It's a lot of back and forth energy for you. For you. And what's so interesting is I don't have any cups here. So I don't know how much, if this is a love relationship, where's the love? Where's the love? I mean, even regardless of who this is, where's the love or the respect or the admiration that we would find in any of the cup cards? They aren't here. So, I mean, maybe it's just a volatile work environment. You don't really love it, but you know, you're staying there because you need a job. I mean, that's understandable. But then I don't even see you looking for another job. if this is within the dynamic of a friend group or a family group, where's the love and the respect and the loyalty? I mean, I don't see it. If this is a love partnership, this is very toxic, Virgo. I have to be honest with you. And again, I ask, where's the love? I see arguing. I see a lot of people involved. But I don't see the love. That doesn't mean that there isn't any. It's just that energetically, it's not what the collective is showing me. It's showing me more of an emphasis on not knowing if you want to stay or go, and then the fighting, and then the decision here to reinvest. There's that Knight of Swords. Okay. I want to clarify. Let me see what fell out. We have the Hierophant. I mean, for some of you, it is work-related. We have Hierophant to the Ten of Swords, but the Hierophant could be anything. It could be your marriage, a long-term committed partnership, family, religious or political, or even a organization or like community group that you're part of. I'd like to know what you're carrying here. It's like you feel it's your responsibility to put up with this, to carry the weight of it. I don't think a lot of people know what you're dealing with in January. It's like you're keeping it to yourself. What is Virgo carrying here in January? What is that Ten of Wands? One more shuffle. Thank you. What is the Ten of Wands? The Lovers. Some type of connection. And it's your choice. Eight of Swords. You're keeping yourself trapped. I hate to be the one to tell you that. Seven of Cups. You're keeping yourself trapped. You're under the illusion. It's your responsibility to keep yourself trapped in this situation, environment, or connection. You're also keeping yourself stuck here because you're hoping and praying and a lot of wishful thinking that this is going to change or transform. The Seven of Cups is the third decan of Scorpio, which talks about transformation. So it's like I'm making the active choice to stay in the situation, environment, or connection, to take on the burden of either the financial aspect or emotional aspect or some other aspect of this connection. I feel like it's my duty, and I'm going to do that because I hope and pray that if I do that, things will get better. High Priestess, you are tapping into your intuition, or at least you're trying to, because it looks here like you are very confused. Tell me about that High Priestess energy. One more shuffle. Thank you. I feel like whatever this is, you feel like you're obligated. This is very similar to the Taurus reading. Not exact, but close. Maybe you have high Taurus placements. You want to check that out. The High Priestess is clarified by the Eight of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, and the Page of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, Six of Cups. I don't know who this person is to you. Look, this is the third deck now that is showing this. Six of Swords to the Seven of Swords, or Six of Cups to the Seven of Swords. You are continuing to stay in a situation, environment, or connection that has very limited growth for expansion or improvement. Not only is this individual, whomever they are, deceiving you, you're also deceiving yourself by believing that if you just put in more effort or you show up differently, that you're going to be able to overcome the obstacles here. And what's interesting is I don't see whoever this other person is doing the same. I'll try to get you some clarity on how they feel about you, but I don't see them shouldering the Ten of Wands. I see you shouldering it. I see you deciding to put more effort in. What is this fight about in February? Make sure that mic is on. Can you please clarify Knight of Swords to the Knight of Swords? What is this argument about? This seems very aggressive. What is the Knight of Swords about? What is that Knight of Swords about? Now, your ruling planet is going to go retrograde for part of, I was going to say part of September, excuse me, part of February. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Six of Swords. King of Wands. Look at all the repeating cards. And the Devil. There's something toxic here at play. And you are all arguing about this. Whoever this person is or these people are, you're fighting over the toxicity. And this is you. You're bringing this up because you showed up there as the King of Wands, whether you're masculine or feminine. So you're choosing to address some type of toxic pattern that you're recognizing. And so now I'm starting to get a better understanding of what's happening here. You decided to shoulder the burden here. You decided to invest more. You decided, well, if I could just do this and do that and change this and change that, it'll change the connection that I have with this individual. And then like a month goes by and it looks like you're calling out, hey, I did this, this, and this, and this. I'm still doing this, this, this. This is coming from aggression on your part, I believe. You're addressing the toxicity because that individual, whoever they are, you're noticing in February that despite your best efforts, nothing is changing in the connection. And it's almost like you're starting to get a little bit real with yourself that they're not investing the way you are. And again, the emotional separation, like the divide, continues here with that Ace of Wands, the Two of Wands, and the Eight of Cups. Tell me why the Ten of Swords is here. Although I'm taking it as the argument is over or the conflict or fighting is over. It seems to be, okay, well, we got that out of the way. I just don't see real repair in whatever this connection is. Clarify that Ten of Swords, please, for Virgo in February. Can you please clarify that Ten of Swords? I'm going to have a sip of my coffee. Sorry about that, Virgo. Clarify that Ten of Swords, please. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Ten of Swords is clarified by the Two of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands, and the Sun card. Bottom of the deck, the Empress. So it appears here that you're addressing some concerns that you have about a toxic pattern that is occurring all over again, despite your best efforts. And then it's like you're relieved that the arguing is over, and you're making the choice to move forward in the connection yet again. And then that takes us right into March, where you're continuing to invest your time, your love, or your money. Yeah, there we go. The Empress to the Four of Swords to the Four of Wands. You're making the decision that I can continue to heal this connection. Super, super stubborn energy for you. And again, I don't know what this is for you, but if this is work related, I don't see you looking for another job. If it's a living situation, I don't see you looking for another living situation. If this is a romantic partnership, I don't see real repair here. I just see makeup, breakup, makeup, breakup. The Fool to the Four of Wands. If this is love, I mean, I'm now using the third deck, except for the Seven of Cups. Where's the love? I mean, I see that you want to try to invest more love or bring more compassion to the situation, but I don't know. Tell me about this Four of Wands to the Fool card here. I really hope to God this isn't a romantic partnership for you. Tell me about this Four of Wands to the Fool card. Thank you. We have the Three of Pentacles. Yep. Which is what you're deciding here. I'm going to invest. The Six of Pentacles and the Four of Cups. You're continuing to invest in a situation, environment, or connection, even though you are existing in a state of apathy. You feel rejected, either physically, emotionally, financially, possibly sexually, if this is love related. And you understand that there's no real equal reciprocity here, but for some reason you're determined to win. And so you are choosing to continue to invest in it. I'd like to see how this individual, whoever they are, how they feel about you. What are they doing? Because I really don't see much on their part. Okay. Let me shuffle this deck really, really good for you. That was a firework that just went off. I don't know if the microphone picks up that stuff from outside or not. Even looking into April, the King of Wands, which you showed up as, you're the one apologizing here again to this person. I don't know why you feel so drawn to them and so insistent that you can make this work. If I didn't know better, I would think that I'm reading for a Taurus. Let me shuffle this one more time. I'd like, for my sake, as your reader, so I can just be a little bit more accurate with what I'm picking up here. Who is this person? How about that? What is this connection? What is this connection? Can I have 3 cards? What is this connection to Virgo? Who is this person or this group of people? Thank you. The 4 of Cups. I'm asking, what is your connection to them? I get the 4 of Cups. I get you again in the Empress. And I get the Death card. Where's their energy? Because that's your energy. That's your energy. I'm choosing to try to rebirth this connection despite not feeling fulfilled in it. It's a cycle. This is a cycle over and over again that was supposed to close out. And you're deciding not to close it out. Okay, tell me more about this person. All right, can you tell me that? Tell me more about this person. Not about Virgo, not about what Virgo's doing. This person. Who is this person to Virgo? What is the connection to Virgo? What is the connection to Virgo? One more shuffle here. Thank you. What is the connection to you? The Lovers, the Queen of Swords, and the Hermit. Their connection to you is a relationship. They could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, a Gemini, or Virgo. It's a general collective reading. It could be a Cancerian as well, but whoever they are to you, you, for some reason, feel like, I don't know, this is your soulmate, or this is like you're meant to be in one another's lives. I think you want to believe that you and this person are meant to be, or that your values are aligned, or that this is like a true spiritual love union. I can't speak for everyone watching, but if you think this is kind of some twin flame journey, I've been on the journey for 5.5 years. This is not the journey. This is not the journey. Journey isn't third parties fighting, arguing, make up, break up, make up, break up, make up, break up. That's not the journey. The journey is growth, evolution, revolution for him and for me. And even 5.5 years later, now that we're together, that growth continues. It never stops. So that's not what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing 2 people stuck in a terrible cycle. How does this person feel about Virgo? How does this person feel about Virgo? How does this person feel about Virgo? Thank you. How do they feel about you? We've got a lot of cards, but we'll take them. 6 of Pentacles, King of Cups, 7 of Wands, 3 of Cups, 6 of Wands. Oh my Jesus. Bottom of the deck, 5 of Pentacles, Death card, Page of Pentacles. How do they feel about you? When it comes to giving to the connection, I mean, do they love you? They do, but they're also blocking themselves from being fully invested in this connection. If you notice in this deck, in the 6 of Pentacles card, this person is giving time or energy to someone else. I don't feel like they give you all that much. So they're devoted to something else, a career, children, friends, maybe another lover. I don't know. But like if this is a boss, this is someone who they like you in that King of Cups energy, but they're not financially investing in you. They're not paying you what you're worth. And yet you think that if you go to work and work 60 hours this week and only get paid for 40, that they'll eventually like you and give you the raise that you deserve. This is not the energy of someone who's going to do that. This person knows that they are limited in what they can give you, and they choose to be limited. They're blocking themselves from giving you more. I think they have a good time with you. I think there's fun. I think as long as you keep things light, everything is fine. As long as you keep things fine, there's victory and there's happiness. As long as you keep it light. The moment you look for more pentacle investment from this person, it all goes wrong. They're quick to ghost you, abandon you. What is the 6 of Pentacles? Who else are they giving to here? I mean, for some of you, this is a third party. And they have someone else they're giving to. What is that 6 of Pentacles? Who else are they giving to here? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Ten of Swords. Queen of Wands. Magician. Bottom of the deck, the Emperor. This person is, they sure know how to boss up and give to someone else, whoever this is, betraying you behind your back. Emperor, Ace of Wands, and the Seven of Pentacles. They've been doing this for a long time. And I think you know about it in that Page of Swords. This is someone who is concentrated at this time, investing in someone else, another employee, another friend, another family member, another responsibility, some other endeavor, possibly another lover. They're knowingly and actively doing this. And they've been doing it for a long time. If this is a romantic partnership, there's without a doubt someone else here. Remember I said in the beginning, this is a lot of people. And I wasn't saying that because of the people cards on the table. Energetically, I could feel it. I've been reading for you since April of 2024. I'm pretty familiar, like what is Virgo's energy and then someone else's. And then like, boom, I got hit like with another. There was like, hey, what about me? Like that. I mean, not that I heard that. I'm not crazy, but that was what I felt like. Oh, there's someone else here. There's someone else here in the mix. This is someone or something that they're choosing to invest in. They're making the active choice. Emperor to the Magician. To share their resources and invest in another place. Emperor to the Knight of Swords. So, yeah, as long as you keep things fun and light, whoever this is, they're fine. But the moment you ask or push for a raise, hands off. You ask or push for reciprocity, hands off. You ask or push for a commitment, hands off. As long as you keep things light, they're good. I think this came up for your annual reading as well to some extent. I got the Tower there. Okay, what is this person's intention with Virgo for the first 3 months of the year? What is this person's intention with Virgo? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Their intention. 10 of Pentacles, 4 of Swords, and the King of Wands. You keep showing up as the King of Wands, like quite powerful. King of Swords, Empress, and the 8 of Wands to the 3 of Swords. They're being very passive when it comes to investing in this. The 4 of Swords talks about being passive, taking it easy. There's no forward movement towards you. There's something here about maintaining the status quo. This is the 3rd decan of Virgo. So maintaining the status quo with you, like paying you what they pay you, but not paying you more. Giving you how much time they give you now, but not giving you more. Very passive when it comes to taking action towards you. Tell me about that 4 of Swords, please, to the 10 of Pentacles for this person's intentions. One more shuffle. Thank you. Hangman, see? More passivity. The 7 of Cups, more confusion. The Knight of Pentacles, 7 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Maintaining the status quo. Being very efficient, very routine. If this is someone you live with, it's the same routine. Don't expect romance. Don't expect whining and dining. This is someone who's feeding you illusion, feeding you fantasy, and keeping you hooked on that 7 of Cups of wishful thinking. And it's working because remember that card in another deck came out for you. And it was basically like you were choosing, remember you were choosing to carry the burden of this connection because you were hoping and praying that it would get better. Well, this person sold you a good story, my love. So I'm not going to be the tarot reader who's going to blow smoke up your ass, Virgo. This is a very toxic connection that you're in. And I pray to God it's not your romantic partnership. And if it's work-related, I hope that you find another job. Because you don't deserve this. I watched you go through hell since April of 2024 when I started reading for you. You don't deserve this. But I also want you to be mindful of looking at the energy. You're also choosing to put yourself in this situation. Let's get you some oracle cards and we'll close it up with some kippers. Oh, I wanted to get you advice also. Yeah, let me get you advice first. And if you want to reverse this in some way, like maybe you're the one with the third party, I mean, that's possible. And you're staying connected to someone out of financial obligation or marital obligation. But there's still a lot of fighting and discord. If that's the case, if you're the one with two connections, there's still a lot of fighting and disagreements and make a breakup between you and one of them. It's still not healthy. And it's still way less than you deserve. 3 cards of advice here for Virgo. 3 cards of advice here for Virgo. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Your advice. Page of Cups, 7 of Pentacles, and the 4 of Swords. Bottom of the deck, 7 of Cups. Before you continue to give or forgive, I just heard. Give or forgive. Pause. Be honest with yourself about this investment that you're making of time, love, money, devotion. Think about it. Maybe take a break, a little sabbatical. At the end of the day, is it just wishful thinking? Is it an illusion? Did this person sell you on some kind of fantasy? Before you invest any more, ask yourself that. That's your advice. All right, we'll close it out with some oracle cards and then the kippers. Oracle cards here for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements for January, February, and March. One more shuffle here. Thank you. You have home, you have innovation, and then you have self-awareness. At the bottom of the deck, you have brave heart. I'll read them to you in a second. I was going to say in a circle. Yeah, this to me feels like a circle. Like I think you go round and round with this person. And look, if this doesn't resonate for anyone and it's not your story, I'm happy because I wouldn't want to see you go through this. But if you are, please find a way out. A healthy way out. 3 oracle cards here for Virgo, please, for January, February, and March. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Guardian Shield, Ancient Castle, and Cleansing Rain. So you have home. Return to inner peace and self-acceptance, feeling grounded and at ease with who you are. I'm getting a feeling here that there's some kind of toxic codependency. And I think Source is telling you that you can survive just fine without this person. For some of you, you share a home, and that might be some type of codependency there as well. Guardian Shield, protection surrounds you, trust in the safety. I feel like Source has been trying to separate you from this person. I think you've experienced a lot of towers. I just don't think you're paying attention to them. You then have innovation, boldly experiment, and be open to new possibilities. And then you have Ancient Castle, fortify your defenses. Your strength comes from within. You seem to be very weak when it comes to this person, and you're not a weak sign by nature. I mean, next to Taurus, you're like the second backbone to the zodiac. Like if Taurus ever fell off the zodiacal map, we would all turn to you, Virgo, with your strategies and your planning and, you know, your beautiful mutable qualities and the earth groundiness that you have to you. And yet when it comes to this one connection, it's like you can't see your way out of it. You have self-awareness. Understand your inner needs and true feelings. I don't think you're doing that. Cleansing rain. Let go. The rain will wash away the old. I just see you holding on to something that I don't think is serving your highest good anymore. All right, we'll close it out with some kippers. On the bottom here it says, brave heart, face the world with fearlessness, break through your boundaries with courage. And then stormy skies, weather this storm. Clarity will follow this turbulence. But I don't think you await clarity. It looks like you jump right back into the storm. One more card here for January. Thank you. 2 cards here for February. Two cards here for March. Okay. We have wealthy man and mature man. You could be wealthy man, you could be wealthy woman. There's clearly here a choice between two, either on your part or their part. February, change and privilege lady. Your opportunity to leave this connection presents itself with this argument in February, and instead you choose to invest in it again. Privileged lady for me in this deck is like the 9 of Pentacles. You're sideways. That's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. And you're sideways telling me that you either don't feel that you have the money or the self-confidence required to move on from this. Or if it's work-related, you have not secured another job. But again, I don't see you looking for another job either. I just see you constantly riding one storm through another. And then we have expectation on the side and imprisonment. I think you continually expect this situation, environment, or connection to change, and it doesn't. Instead, you're just keeping yourself imprisoned in a very restricted connection that's no longer growing. A coffin, family room, and sudden wealth. And then we have marriage here. I think you keep waiting for this connection to, you know, you're going to hit that jackpot again, that winning streak. But I feel like this connection is supposed to come to an end. And I feel like I've tapped into a group of you, or maybe just one of you, where you're refusing to let that happen. And it looks like you're going to continue to refuse to let that happen for the 3 months of 2026 as well. That is what I have for you, Virgo. Definitely some challenging months ahead for you. If you like that message, it resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you once again for being a time traveler, and don't forget to check out your other placements. Until I read for you again, I am wishing you good luck with the situation, and as always, I'm sending you light, love, and peace.